personal reflection vlog about our race simulation. I played the role of the marathoner in our Mount Everest simulation. As a professional athlete with asthma, my personal goal was to reach the summit. On the surface, I had excellent physical strength, but success depended not just on stamina, it required coordination, communication, and clear leadership. This vlog is a reflection on our 3 simulation runs, not only what went wrong or right, but what I've learned about leadership, teamwork, and self-advocacy under extreme pressure. My character had a specific goal. I had to summit Everest to fulfill my core mission. As the marathoner, I brought resilience and endurance to the team, but I also had asthma, so which meant I relied on medication and oxygen to succeed. I'm also responsible for predicting weather temperatures, which I did actually several times. In fact, this helped the team avoid frostbite and earned us bonus points. However, I wasn't a formal leader, and my success depended on how well the team supported me, or more accurately, how well I could communicate my needs and contribute meaningfully without authority. So unfortunately, I didn't always do that well. I didn't insist enough on getting medication or oxygen, even when I knew I needed it to survive the summit push, and that made all the difference. Okay, we completed the 3 simulation rounds. In the round first, only the leader submitted. We misunderstood the rules. The leader made decisions before others submitted theirs. We also failed to abandon the environmentalist whose condition made submitting impossible. We guessed the oxygen requirements without proper calculation, so leading to the failure. So in the round 2, we improved. The leader and the photographer finally they submitted, but again we failed to provide the right medication for the environmentalist and ignored the specific needs of the marathoner, it's me. So we missed that my character's scoring depended on the submitting. So in the round 3, our performance improved significantly. We synchronized the schedules, rested together at Camp 2, and shared all the role-specific information. Still, we gave the medication to the wrong person and didn't allocate oxygen efficiently. So once again, I failed to reach the summit, and this time I had no excuse. I didn't speak up. Across all 3 rounds, the biggest challenge was resource allocation, medication, and oxygen, and the decision-making conflict that come with it. Everyone wants fairness, but we neglected role-based priorities and moved too fast, so sometimes skipping the step of actually reading the rules in detail. This experience reminded me of the several key zeros we studied in the class. First is the tree zero. I displayed the traits like determination, high stress tolerance, and persistence, which are commonly linked to effective leadership. But I didn't translate those into influence. Trees only matter when they are activated at the right moment. I had self-discipline, but lacked assertiveness. And next is the contingency in leadership. So our failure shows that leadership effectiveness depends on context. We didn't adjust our listening style to match the needs of the moment, especially under pressure. So in the round 3, we finally adapted, aligning our schedules, sharing information, and factoring in individual health status. That was the contingency principle in action. Then is the charismatic leadership. I wasn't a leader, but I tried to bring confidence and energy. I stayed calm, predicted temperature correctly, and motivated the group to keep going. So charisma doesn't always come from authority, it can come from action, emotional steadiness, and strategic communication. And then is the participant leadership. Round 3 was our most participative round. Everyone shared their stance, opinions, and insights. We didn't just follow a single voice, we built collaborative decisions. But here's the trap, we had more information, yet still rushed the decisions. This showed me that shared leadership is powerful, but only when paired with structure and time. And then is the LMX series, is the leader-member exchange. So our leader has a strong bonus with some teammates than others. As the math winner, I often felt I was in the out group, less consulted, less supported. The high-quality LM builds trust and recognition. Without it, team members disengage or get overlooked, like I did. So next, the last one, adaptive leadership. We constantly face the uncertain, ambiguous problems from the more functional communications to unpredictable weather, but we treat them like technical issues, relying on fixed plans or lucky guesses. So the adaptive challenges require collective learning and flexible response, not automatic reaction. That was our missed opportunity. This simulation revealed a blind spot in my leadership behavior, one that I wasn't fully aware of before. I tend to be cooperative, solutions-oriented, and calm down pressure, traits that are rarely considered positive in a team setting. But what I realized is that being nice or low conflict under stress can sometimes translate into passivity. There were some moments during the simulation when I knew intuitively and logically that I needed to speak up. For instance, when we were discussing medication allocation in the final round, I recognized that I hadn't yet received the asthma treatment I required. I also knew that my score heavily depended on submitting. And yet, I stayed quiet, trusting the team would figure it out. That was a critical mistake. In high-pressure scenarios, silence is not neutrality. It can be harmful. It leads to missing crucial data points, overlooking individual needs, and distorting the team's understanding of risk and reward. Even strong capability players like Miro, the math winner, can become liabilities if they not actively engaged in advocating for themselves. This promoted me to reflect more broadly. We often define team players as those who go with the flow. We don't complain, but adapt. But efficient teamwork also requires ownership, self-expression, and assertiveness, especially when individual goals align with the team success. I also see how the important is to create psychological safety, not just for others, but for yourself. So it's not enough to encourage others to speak up if you too are holding back. This was a leadership lesson I didn't expect to learn, but one I will carry with me long after the simulation. The Everest simulation wasn't just a virtual game, it was a condensed model of real-world leadership and decision-making under pressure. It wasn't really about reaching the summit, it was about how we climbed together, how we handled disagreement, ambiguity, and limited resources, and how we led even when we weren't in formal leadership roles. What I've come to understand is that leadership is not a position or personality trait, it's a side of deliberate actions. It's about noticing what others don't, voicing what needs to be said, and making space for others to do the same. It's about balancing empathy with clarity and collaboration with conviction. So whether you are the leader or follower, your behavior shapes the outcome, and sometimes silence is louder than words. This experience taught me that the stamina alone can't get you to the top. You need adaptability to navigate change, courage to speak up, and clarity to cut through complexity. I didn't reach the summit in the simulation, simulation, but I did reach a deeper understanding of what effective leadership looked like and what I need to look out. And for that, I'm very grateful to work with my team. Okay, thank you for looking my vlog.